Hello everyone and welcome in a new video, and in this video we are going to solve a question which is merge string alternatively. Okay, so this is the first video of lead code 75 question series, and the first question we have is merge string alternatively. Okay, so first of all we have to understand what question want to say. So question says that we have two words, word 1 and word 2. We have to add these two words alternatively. We have to add these two words, we have to add the alphabet of these two words alternatively. For example, here we have A, which is ABC, and we have B, which is PQR. So how we have to show an output, how we have to return an output? So output would be like, first of all, the word number 1 A, and okay, so this is word, okay, so this is word 2 and this is word 1. Okay, so how we have to show an output? First letter of word 1 and first letter of word 2 as a second place, second letter of word 1 as a third place, and the second letter of word 2 as a fourth place. The last letter of word 1, or means third letter of word 1 in fifth place, and sixth place we have letter number last letter of word 2, which is R. So this is how we have to show an output, means we have to arrange these alphabet alternatively. If word 1 element, word 1, then word 2 element, then word 1 alphabet, word 2 alphabet, word 1 alphabet, word 2 alphabet. Okay, so I hope question is clear to you that what we have to do in this question. We have to arrange these words alternatively. Okay, so word 1, word 2, word 1, word 2, word 1, word 2. Okay, so let's see that how we can solve this question. So the basic approach to solve this question is, what we can do, first of all, if we collect the length of these words, for in this example we have the same length, or we can take next example, like, okay, so the next we can take another example, which is example number 2, AB and PQRS. Okay, so word 1 will be like AB and word 2 is PQRS. So here you can see that there is a difference in the length of these two words. First one, the word 1 is 2 letter and the word 2 is 4 letter. So the result will be like A, P, B, Q, R and S. A, P, B, Q, R and S. Okay, so we have to arrange these words like this. Okay, so here you can see that only 2 alphabet of word 1 and the rest one is of word 2. So answer will be like this. Okay, so what we can do is, first of all, if we collect the length of word 1 in some variable, collect a length of word 2 in some variable, because whose length is greater, we have to iterate this thing at that point, at that time. Okay, so for example, in this word, if we think basic, if we think very commonly, so what basically our approach should be, we create a loop. Okay, so and add word 1 element, add word 2 element, and that's it. Okay, so if we run a loop till what end, means what's the last value should be to get our final answer. Okay, so what is basically the last length? So that's the main point. So for that we have to collect the length of these words in some variable, and whose the maximum length, we have to iterate at that point. Okay, so let's take an variable which A store the word 1 length, okay, and B which store word 2 length, word 1 length and word 2 length. Okay, so why we do this thing? Because we have to iterate the loop, at the end point. Because if we iterate for a word 1, let's suppose we iterate from a 1 to the length of word 1. Okay, so in the first example we have 3 and word 2 is also 3, so of course we get an correct answer. But if the word 1 is smaller than word 2 and we do the same thing, then definitely we ignore these two values r and s, which is not included in our output. So it means we have a wrong answer, we have a wrong output. So for that we have to calculate the length in a variable, and after that what we can do, we can take the maximum of a and b. We can take the maximum of a and b. For example, if a is 2 and b is 4, so who's the maximum? We store that maximum in some variable. For example, 4 is maximum, so 4 is stored in the c. 4 is stored in c, and we can iterate from 0 to c. Now we can iterate from 0 to c and add element from word 1 and add element from word 2. Remember the sequence: first alphabet is of word 1 and the second alphabet is of word 2. Okay, so this is how we can solve this question. So I hope it is understandable. Question is very understandable and approach is very clear to you now. Let's solve this question. So what we have to do is, first of all, we have to take two variables. So first of all, a, and this, what we have to do is we have to store the word 1 length, word 1 dot length. Okay, so we take this thing, and in the second variable what we have to do is we have to collect the word 2 length. So word 2 dot, it's a string, that's why we have to place the parenthesis. Okay, so so we collect the length of these two words. Now what we have to do is we have to find the maximum of that. So we collect c variable, we simply take c variable, and we simply store the maximum of these two variable, max a comma b. So whose value is greater, that value is stored in c. Now the interesting thing, it's a string question. Okay, so what you can do is okay, so we can take one string. If you are thinking like that, if we can take one string, let's say s, okay, an empty string, and you add you add the first letter of word 1 in a string, and then second word, and then third word of second word of word 1, and then 2. If you do it like this, what do you think? This is possible? So the correct answer is no, this is not possible, because strings are immutable. Strings are immutable. This is a very important point. Strings are immutable means you cannot change a string. If it is an empty string, you cannot add or delete or anything. If you have any string, you cannot add, delete, or you cannot iterate. Basically you cannot do any kind of modification in this string. Okay, so this is what a quality of a string is. So to solve this problem, what we can do is we can take a string builder. A string, okay, we can take a string, we can take a string builder. Let's say s as an string builder, new string builder. Okay, so what basically we do, we simply create as a variable of string builder type. Why we choose string builder? Because in string builder we can do modification in an string. Means we have to add an element in a string, we can do that thing as well. If we want to delete, we can do that thing as well. In this question we have to add words in this string, so that's why what we have to do is we have to simply, now we have to take the string builder and we can add element in this. Okay, so we take a string builder. Now what we have to do is, after taking a string builder, now it's time to iterate these thing. Means it's time to collect the answer in this s variable, or let's say an s answer. Okay, so for int I is equal to 0, we start from a 0 index till the maximum, which is c, and we have to iterate this thing from a 0 to the last element, from the starting element to the last element. in this case, for the first example, the length will be 3. So this loop run from 0 1 2 3 means this loop iterate 3 times. Okay, and in the fourth one it break this because it break the condition. Okay, so now this is the real game. Now we have to write a conditions to simple add element in our answer. Okay, so what we have to do is, first of all, we have to add element in our answer. We have to add word 1 first letter, word 1 ith letter in our answer. So what we have to do is answer dot, it's an string builder, so append and word 1 ith letter, so word 1 dot caret I. Okay, so in this way you simply append element in the word 1 element in our answer, and after word element adding element 1 we have to add element 2. So append word 2 dot caret I. So and this way you can add word 2 as well in our answer. Now the main thing is, what should be the condition? What should be the condition? So what is the thing we notice here, that we collect the length in these two variables. We collect length in these two variables. Okay, so and we iterate until c, means who's ever the max, we iterate that thing. Let's say the value of c will be 3. Okay, the value of c will be 3, so we iterate from 0 1 and 2, 3 times we iterate. Okay, so and we add elements of word 1 and word 2 in our answer. So what should be the condition? Condition should be very simple. If the length of word is greater than ith value. Okay, so what's the condition? Length of word is greater than the ith value, add the elements. We see this, we take a dry run as well. So what I want to say is that if word 1 dot length is greater than I, do this, and word 2 dot length is greater than I, then do this. Okay, simple one. And lastly we have to return the answer. So it's a string builder, we have to return our output in a string form. So dot to a string, we have to convert this into a string. Now we see that it's working or not. So yeah, all test cases are passed, our answer is submitted. So what's the condition? Word 1 dot length is greater than I and word 2 dot length is greater than I. So let's see this thing as well. So let's take word 1 length is ABC, it means 3, and word 2 length which is PQR, which is also 3. Okay, so at first we have to add element A. So we have what condition says that word 1 dot length, which is 3, is greater than I. What's the current? Okay, so what's the current value of I? The starting one is 0. Okay, so 0 is smaller than 3. The correct answer is yes, 0 is smaller than 3. It means what? It means we have to append A in our answer. So the answer we have A. Then we move to the next condition, which is word 2 dot length is greater than I. Word 2 length is what? 3. Is 3 greater than current one is 0? The I value is 0. Is 3 greater than 0? Yes, 0. The 3 is greater than 0. So what we have to do is we have to add P in our answer. So A and P. A and P. Then after 0 we have value 1. Is 1 greater than, is 1 is smaller than 3? Yeah, correct answer is yes. So we have to add B and change the value from 0 to 1. Is 1 is smaller than 3? Yes. So we have to add Q in our answer. After that the ith value is become 2. So word 1 dot length, which is 3, is greater than 2? Yes. So we have to add 3 in our answer. We have to add C in our answer. So we are adding C as well. Now same thing with the word 2. So word 2 length is 3. 3 is greater than 2? Yes. The correct answer is yes. So we have to add R in our string. So the answer will be look like A, P, B, Q, C, R. This is what an output should be, and this is what output we get. And for the next iteration, ith value is 3, and you see the condition is less than 3, means this time the condition breaks, and it should be because there is no more element, so we have to break the condition as well. So this is what the condition means. Let's take another example as well. For a word 1 length is, let's say, AB, and word 2 length is, let's say, P, Q, R. Okay, so word 1 length is what? 2, word 2 length is what? 3. Okay, so now let's see this thing. So what's the maximum? Maximum is 3. So the loop will be starting from 0 till less than 3 or till 2. Okay, less than 3 or till 2. So word 1, which is 2, now starting from a 0, ith value is what? 0. So 2 is greater than 0. Correct answer is yes. So we have to add A in our answer. We have to add A in our answer. Word 2 length is what? 3. Is 3 greater than 0? Yes. So we have to add word 2 first letter, which is P, in our answer. Now the ith value change from 0 to 1. Now 2 is greater than 1. So answer is yes, 2 is greater than 1. So what's the second letter? Second letter is B. So we have to add B in our answer. Now the I value is what? 1. So 3 is greater than 1. Yes. So we have to add Q in our answer. So we add Q in our answer. Now the ith value become 2. So 2 is less than 2. So the correct answer is false. No, it means condition break. Now we have to not add anything from a word 1, and here you can see that there is no more element to add in our string. Okay, so that's why we have to break this loop. So here you can see that we break this, and now we move towards the next word, which is word 2. Now value is what? The ith value is what? 2. So 3 is greater than 2. Yes, correct answer is yes. So we have to add R. So this is what the condition is. This is what the main condition is. Okay, we add all the elements alternatively, and we have to make it a string. So we have to write toString to convert a string builder to string. So this is what our answer should look like. So I hope it is clear to you that how we solve this question number 1 of LeetCode 75 questions, merge a string alternatively. Okay, so this is what a video of merge string alternatively. Like the video and subscribe my channel.